Right, I think this is where I left off. I don't actually remember. Oh wait, no, it's a little bit further, but it's fine. I did die once, which means, oh yeah, definitely came here before. Okay, that's a bit of a problem, but it's okay. I can get through this. Yeah, just get rid of Hammer Joe over here. But yeah, where we last left off, Tom wanted to completely, again, like even these like metaphorical ways of saying it. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I've got a motif, haven't I? So I'll just use that. So let's just say that I got so depressed and was wrestling with self-identity so much that this Digimon didn't want to reach the end of his lifespan. Oh yeah, it was here. Because, yeah. So, use whatever metaphor you want. Essentially, I was that depressed. And it was that pronounced. Like, it was that critical. By the way, quick question. How am I supposed to get past here? Because now I remember. Oh, wait, hang on. Now, okay, yeah, now I see. Here. This is where we're supposed to go. That's on me. Oh no. Oh well, never mind. Let's not be greedy this time around. Granted, I did lose a lot of gold, which is not great, but it could have been a lot worse. I don't know if I've messed it up. If I've messed it up, you'll see. But no. And I actually planned that very night, one night, I was 17 years old, just about turning into 18, and there was all this talk about what I was going to do when I was 18, like, there was all this talk about, oh, we should go to a pub and drink alcohol because that's what adults do, and you'll be legally allowed to smoke and, have fun with a woman, and I don't know if I could say that on this channel, but you get the idea. Like all this talk, and I was just like, I just don't think I'll ever be happy. Like I just don't want to be. I just don't think it's worth sticking around. Like there's nothing for me after this. Like I grow up and then that's it. Like, I'm just going to be suffering for the rest of my life. Like, this is just how it is. So, there was a bridge that I was planning to be the final level of the video game, shall we say. What's that place called in front of... Oh, really? I didn't land on any spikes. So, that was stupid. So I was planning it, I was like, okay, whatever. And I was on the computer. I have a lot of memories of computers and video games in general. But hey, the point is, I was really not happy. And I was on the computer one night. I don't quite remember the full details, it was that long ago. It was like, oh, whatever. So... I was planning on, at one point, waiting until Mum and Dad were in bed. And everyone was at bed, and I'd just sneak out, and then... Are you joking? You are joking! Seriously? I'm losing too much money. Like, why am I losing that much money I had 40,000 when I began. And even when I recovered, I had 3,000. But no, it was just like, I'm on the computer. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And like I said, I was a 90s kid. There was a lot of shows that I grew up with. And I kept them secret until now. It was mostly Thomas the Tank Engine and Insectors, but there were a bunch of other shows that I grew up with. And most of them are on Cartoon Network. So, the ones to note absolutely are worth of note. I loved the Powerpuff Girls, and that was even worse because it's like, oh no, it's like a girl show. Can't be caught liking this stuff. And I was like, oh no. But no, I love the Powerpuff Girls. Like, to this day, it's a really good show. It's got really great characters. Other shows, Teen Titans was up there. Watched Fairly Odd Parents. I watched Rugrats, like I said. Plenty of really, really good shows. Like, I'll never forget the nostalgia that the 90s brought me. There was a lot of stuff from the 90s that brought me a lot of joy. And I still hold those memories to this very day. But back then, it's like, what's there for me now? Like, I just don't. So I looked on the computer, and for some reason, and I don't remember why, but I was on IMDb and I was looking up like actors for some reason. I don't know what it was for. I don't know if it was like a school project or I just did it out of the blue, but I just don't know. But I don't know. It was just like it was the boring bit as far as I was concerned because I had plans that night. And so I was on IMDb and I played this weird game with myself. It was just something to do. It wasn't like a cheerful game or nothing. It was just like, whatever, just do this. I was that bored. But I played this game where it's like, okay, I click on an actor, and then I click on a TV show, and then I click on another actor in that TV show, and then I click on an actor in a TV show, and it just kept going. So that was the game I was playing. I was that bored that I was playing with IMDb. Not any video game, just IMDb. And just being like, okay, I click on this, and then I'll click on this, and then I'll click on this. It was a very boring game, but hey, as boring as that game was, it actually saved me. Because the game eventually got to a point, and I forget how exactly, but just to give you an example, here, it's like, okay, Animaniacs. Who was in Animaniacs? Rob Paulsen. Rob Paulsen was in, what was it? He was in Jimmy Neutron. Who else was in Jimmy Neutron? What else? Debbie Derryberry? I forgot her name. Why am I forgetting the name? The one who plays Jimmy Neutron. What else was she the voice of? And it was just that over and over. And I can't remember how. I think it might have been Drawn Together, where it was like, James Arnold Taylor. Oh, okay. Who else was in James Arnold Taylor? He was in Drawn Together. Who else was in Drawn Together? Oh, Tara Strong. Who else was Tara Strong? And at that point, and that was the point where, oh, okay, I picked up the items there. And that was the point where I couldn't pick because she was in so many shows. It's like, oh wow, wait, she was in Powerpuff Girls, she was in She was in Rugrats. She was on Teen Titans. And how? Okay, no, you saw that, right? I landed on that. That was where I died last time. Anyway, I'm getting rid of the headphone just so I can talk. But I was like, what? Tara's like, what? How many? Wow, this woman's got an interesting career. And it was that curiosity, which, for some reason, it just intrigued me. It's like, wow. Like, what else was she in? And I just read that IMDb page for a long time. It's like, wow, she was in almost everything. I mean, except Thomas the Tank Engine and Insectors. Like, she was everywhere in my childhood. Wow. And so I wanted to know more, and that's when I started learning about voice actors, not just Tara. It's like, okay, well, Tara Strong's interesting. What about these other actors? And I learned about Tom Kenny and Kevin Michael Richardson and all these celebrated actors. I'm like, wow. It's just a completely different world. I'm like, wow, I'm genuinely interested. So I started looking up that stuff, and it got back to Tara, and she had a website. I don't know if it's still up. It's called like TOTS, like the terrific, the official. No, it was TOTS. It was the official Tara Strong, and it was TOTS, and it was talking about Tara Strong and how she got into voice acting and the impact that she had on others. And there was one story, and I hope it's up there, because that story is about a child who grew up with the Powerpuff Girls, funny enough, and had to go through surgery. And so this older brother of hers contacted Tara Strong. Is like, can I get an autograph for you for her to take? And by the way, here's the phone number in case you want to call. And Tara Strong actually called, and like, it completely made her day, and she actually managed to get through. And it's because of that little girl got through her operation, and it was just so moving, because the idea that Tara Strong reached out to help this one little girl, and it made me so happy, like, to know that, like, she went out of her way, and that was just the beginning. Like, there's tons of stories like that where Tara's helped other people, and I forget exactly, but it was like, I believe Tara Strong was in an interview, or maybe it was like she was being interviewed. It was text only, I remember, and she was talking about how she's enjoying what she's doing and enjoying her life, and how she gets to be silly every day because she's voicing these characters, and she's explaining how much she loves Bubbles, and how happy she was to meet Jodie Benson and that sort of thing. And these stories really helped. Like, just hearing all these stories about her and how awesome she is, and how much she loves her life, and, you know, she's doing it for her kids, and how she cares about her fans. Really inspiring stuff, and I highly recommend you talk about it. I really hope, like, look it up. Like, there's a lot to go through, and it's built up since. And it was just that point, and it got to a point in that was like, I was so inspired by her, and she has just been that much of an inspiration that I really wanted to be like her for a while. It's like, I want a life like that, where I can just I mean, voice acting is a field that isn't particular. Oh yeah, that's right. This place. Give me a second whilst I clear this up. Hold up. Right. It's partly to do with this wyvern here, but also because of this. Okay. Right, I don't suppose... Right, I need to do it in such a way... I won't get... Okay. So far, so good. I got the money back, at least. Sorry, I just really... That was such garbage. I was on the spike, and I still died. Oh! Okay, I got the music note. That's great. Okay, I don't think I can get that, but I don't mind. Oh, I got it. That's nice. Whip. Got ya. Okay. Sorry, I'm really concentrating here. Bottom line. Tara Strong served as a massive inspiration and has continued to inspire me to this very day. And I'm like, maybe I won't become a voice actor, but I absolutely want what she has right now. Because she's an adult. Like, I forget what age she was. She was definitely in her late 30s, early 40s. And she's having the time of her life. And it inspired me. It's like, I want to be like Tara. Oh wait, hang on, it can wait. So finally, my old friend, the day has finally come. This will be our final duel. Should we lay down our shovels and part as equals? The order of no quarter has no equals. Surely you can recognize power. Join us. You've forgotten our oath. What happened to the proud warrior I knew? No more words. The bitter cold will claim you. I may not be a voice actor, but I do know how to do voices. Anyway, yes. Maybe I should wait until... I don't know. Okay, I'm actually not doing too great at the moment. Oh, I'm getting the better of them though. Oh, I'm catching up. Oh. Oh. Because I don't want to fall on the spikes. At least... Oh, wait, no. This has to be the hardest one. But anyway, continuing on from my story, at that moment, I'm like, I want to be like Tara. And so, on my 18th birthday, and it's also that at that point where I started to realize, it's like, you know, what have these bullies done for me exactly? I gave up. I gave up my obsession with Thomas the Tank Engine, and for what? Just to be bullied more? Makes no sense. But hey, it's like, I found a new lease on life at that moment. And it got to a point where I finally started to, where maybe I wasn't completely there, but I started to really find myself at that point. It's like I still had stuff to figure out, and I was coming about 18, and it wouldn't come in a vacuum. But at that point, I was like, okay, I may not know where I'm going, but I'm gonna stick around, because at this point, Tara showed me that it's possible to live how, like, to essentially live the way you want, that makes you happy, and not just this dark, depressing state where it's just like, oh, I have to be like everybody else. Like, I can stand out. I can do something good here. Like, I can truly be myself. And that was it. Like that was the realization. It's like, be myself. You know what? This. Actually, I can't swear, can I? It's like, you know what? To heck with this. Like, the bullies have done me no favors. It's like, whatever. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. And focus on that. And be like... And focus on my own mental health and how it's gonna bring me... Like, where it takes me. And my 18th birthday came around, and I got like a ton of money. Yeah, I don't have to fight you, do I? Oh. Getting there is such a pain. And so I began on my 18th birthday. I'm like, you know what? Let's start anew. Let's really develop who I am. I've always loved trains. I stopped loving trains just simply because, not just Thomas, but trains in general. It's like, that's what brought me happiness, right? Let's go back to that. Let's go back to the way I was, because I was so happy back then. And it come what may, there's gonna be bullies. And for my 18th birthday, like all that talk from earlier, the ones was like, oh, he's gonna go to a pub. He's gonna, like, I don't like alcohol. I definitely do not like cigarettes. Oh boy. I don't like vaping, if I'm honest. But no. It wasn't any of that. No adult stuff. No. None of this. Oh, okay. Like, doing what everybody else is doing. No. Because it's brought me no joy whatsoever. So this is going to be my mark. And so I went to a model shop in Liverpool that sadly isn't there anymore. It used to be on St. John's, but now it isn't. And I bought the James passenger set from Thomas. And it had James and 2 coaches. And I also bought some rolling stock. And I actually got more money later on. Like, for my 18th birthday, that's how it was. I bought that Thomas train set on my 18th birthday. Because it's like... I'm going to get made fun of, I'm sure. But it's like... After what I've been through, it's nothing. So, forget it. Like, screw the bullies, essentially. It's like, screw them. They didn't bring me happiness. Trains did. I'll be the train guy from now on. And it's been that way ever since. Like, I'm probably a bigger nerd of both trains and Thomas these days. And Thomas isn't perfect. I mean, there's All Engines Go. That I have a lot to say about that show, let's face it. Anyway, let's beat this boss. But essentially what I'm getting at is it's over now. Like, I don't have to do what they're doing anymore. I'm going my own way. I'm going my own way, don't care what anybody else says. I'm being a train fan. And that's how it was. And that's, I would say, the true birth of Thomas Newman. I'm also a fan of My Little Pony, and it's amazing to me how much parallels, how much I can put. Oh no! I'm a dummy. I'm sorry if this episode is longer than usual, just on this one level, come on. But that was it then. And that's just it. So, My Little Pony was a thing that came up later, and it is so astonishing to me. Number one, the fact that Tara Strong is a voice in that, which I mean, that explains a lot, right? But also the fact that there was a lot of bronies, like the whole brony thing that happened at the time. there's a lot of parallels. I'm like, there's a lot of people who are into My Little Pony that have essentially gone through the exact same journey I have. It's almost deja vu at that point. Absolutely, I want to join the Brony community. Because it's like, it just made sense, right? Because there's so much I can connect with these people on. And I miss the Brony community. I know the MLP Gen 4 is gone, but there's remnants here and there. But no, that was it. Oh yeah, the reason I'm bringing the My Little Pony thing up, I guess you could say that was the moment I got my cutie mark, and it would be a train, because why wouldn't it? I know I'm into entomology these days, and I talk less about trains, but trains still hold a place in my heart. They always will. I'll always be a train enthusiast. I'll always like Thomas the Tank Engine, even though All Engines Go is garbage, but that's neither here or there. But no, life just picked up after that, and granted, it's had its challenges. Boy heck did it have its challenges, especially when an evil organization got into power, but we won't talk about that here. But it was just that from then on, and I made another channel before this, and it was like reviews of Thomas Hornby trains. I don't know if anyone remembers Locomotive, but that was me. That was me. I did take them down eventually for personal reasons. Not because I hated them or anything. Or they are cringe, but it wasn't for that reason. I think it's online. You definitely might be able to find it. I definitely can't stop you if you want to have a look at it. But Locomotive model reviews, it should be still up, right? But either way, I made that channel. It didn't do too great, and I made this channel because I got into Let's Plays a long time after that. Man, it seemed like last year, but I'm still remembering like my time on 321 Let's Game and the like, back when it was called Jolly Good Gamers. Like, a lot has happened since, but that's essentially the story. I don't know why I chose now of all times, but I knew I was going to say it on this channel eventually. Because it's just who I am. I am me. I am Thomas E. Newman. And I've just been me ever since. Nobody else. A lot of my opinions are heavily influenced by those experiences. I'm a humanist now, and that's a central part of me as well, because I treat everyone as an individual, because no groups are the same, like that kind of thing. Like, I'm against stuff like racism and ableism, because it's like putting people in a box, that kind of thing. Like, a lot of who I am comes from that experience. And I cannot thank Tara Strong enough for being that inspiration. And right, I've told enough of this story. There's a part 3 to this story, but I'm not going to get into it right now. I just want to get through this boss because it's driving me bonkers. I'm sick of these snowy landscapes. It's like, come on. Oh, wait. Okay, fine. Just get rid of him. Right, come on. Oh no! I didn't mean to do that. Oh no! How am I supposed to get through this then? Can I get that piece of snow? Oh, fine. I can get through this part. Should. Okay, great. We're back at the boss. Let's defeat this boss, and then we'll continue the part 3 of the story. Right, not great. It's not going great at the moment. I'm getting some shots in. And it's just this part right here. Right, these are actually helpful. But yeah, Polo Knight here. By the way, his color scheme is not something you would find on the original Game Boy. Well, not the NES, I mean. Oh wait, I'm almost done with him. No! Oh, so close. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to get back to that. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. This is TomoGotchi signing off. Click, click. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and hit the bell.